In today's episode of Recoil Silencer Test, we're looking at this little fella from KG Made. And it's the heaviest can of the entire test series that we've handled so far. That said, how does it hold up in the test?
Does it ratchet its way to the top?
So we have the KG Made R556A2. I would like to say that this is with the muzzle device because if you weigh a can without having a way to attach it to a rifle, I guess it would be like a good baton or I don't know.
You certainly can't put it on the gun.
Well, yeah, not anyway. All right, feel that. Guess a weight.
Hefty.
You know all about being hefty.
Hey, easy. This also work as a bat.
Or a suppository. Or a dildo if you're brave enough.
Prove it. Prove it. I'm going 16.5.
I think that's heavier because it does have the mount in it, and it has a little ratcheting end cap as well, just for extra security.
So for
probably going after a military contract with that one.
So don't give me a dissertation, but with the muzzle device, would you rather, well, you're looking at cans in general, would you rather shoot one with a muzzle device or just like a direct thread?
With a device. If I'm going to take it off, I want a device so I can just make the gun shorter, put it in the case, crank it back on.
Depends on the application.
Yep.
Hunting rifle, direct thread. Done.
Yep.
Okay.
Or if it's never going to come off. All right, I think this is going to be like 18 with it.
Let's see how right I am.
Well,
Ooh.
all right, hold on.
You just got to do a little bit of math.
Well, so it is, so it's 1 pound.
Just a touch over a pound.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a pretty beefy can.
Yeah. You know,
Overall.
I'll bet if they're going for an Inconel blast, I bet it's an Inconel blast baffle in here. I'd like to look that up, but it's definitely like.
Yeah, it's heavy.
That's meant to be running a machine gun, no prob.
Not my thing.
Bare muzzle, and we're going to do 3 shots for an average. KGM.
$26.03, $26.11, $26.68. Five-shot velocity test with KGM. $26.65. $27.19, $26.16, $27.30, $26.36. 5-shot average is $26.73.
Up next is the KG Made. Now, this is the heaviest can in our testing today. I think it is built for a test like this. That is my prediction. I mean, otherwise, why does it weigh more than 22 ounces if it's not going to be tough, right?
It's a chunky boy, and I don't know what the baffle system is in there, but I think we both suspected that it might be Inconel. So it's built for this test.
So, well, let's find out for sure, right? All right, KG Made, magazine 1 shot a second. Mag 2, 2 shots a second. Magazine 3, 1 shot a second. Magazine 4, 3 to 5 round bursts. Magazine 5, 1 shot a second. Magazine 6, 2 shots a second. Magazine 7, 1 shot a second. Magazine 8, full 30.
Yeah, I like that one. That is very sturdy can. I think we verified as well that the last test can we tested, it was causing cook-offs. Didn't have any problems with the trigger doubling in that one. So yeah, it's throwing a lot of heat back into the system. This one, no, great. And there wasn't all that much blowback either.
So one thing I did notice, and we'll have to check the high-speed video, but it looked like we had venting out of the muzzle device. So it had some gas loss there. And that has kind of been a problem with the ratcheting devices in the past. But it's just one of those things for easy on, easy off.
Yep.
So, but yeah, like it didn't get hot see-through until like the final round there.
Yeah, yeah. I do have to say that all these guns, I mean, they're getting hot, and we've really kicked the shit out of them. These ADMs have really run flawlessly throughout this whole test.
I've also noticed I haven't seen any overt gas block leakage from these either, and that is something that you'll run into with some guns. But ADM, super impressed.
Yep.
I mean, 22.1 ounces, and this was a very durable can. Like, even just looking at it, I knew that this was meant to be hanging off a gun for hard use. If you make a can that is 22 ounces,
in this day and age,
it's going to be purpose-driven, and this thing is meant to run forever. Also liked how it had its own, look, the ratchet sound makes me feel good about myself when I crank it on. But like, I was very impressed with this. There's a little piece of Ian's Ear Pro on here, and yeah, I mean, and also I think it's one of the most aesthetically pleasing cans currently on the market, to be honest. I know that aesthetics aren't supposed to matter, but they always matter. You don't walk across the street to meet someone's personality. So yeah, 22-ounce can.
Luke, would you put it on a hunting rifle?
She's a bit beefy for that.
I mean, even by Minnesota standards?
Even by Minnesota standards, to get it up and out, yeah. No, you grab it and immediately go, well, this one's going to do well in most categories. I mean, it's stout, it's solid, and you know that it's overbuilt for just about anything you could throw at it. It's overbuilt for anything I'd have interest in doing, for sure.
Put it in a sock and beat a man to death if it fails.
Save the sock. Yeah, no, it's a very, very impressive suppressor.